What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Paleozoic frog deck profile. This is a deck that we like to just keep picking up, and it's just a fun deck for us, and we really like to play this deck a lot. We always love the frogs. But let's jump into the deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. We're running 3 Swamp Frogs. Swamp Frog is, your main searcher for the deck. You want to get him out there, that way you can get your plays going. Start sending your frogs to the graveyard, that way you can start just getting your totally awesome out there and just start dominating the field. We're running 3 of the Duke Frog. Duke Frog is to help to get all of our frogs that we need into our hands as fast as possible. Usually we're going to go into our Swamp Frog. That's what we're going to want to go into, but hey, he can help us get the other frogs too if we need to. We're running 1 Treeborn Frog. Yes, I know that a lot of people don't like to play this card, but to me, I like to play this card. There's a lot of traps on the back row, but there are times that you run through those traps, and there's times that you're not going to be able to set those traps. So if I can have a Treeborn Frog come out there and defend me, or if I have to go into other plays, I'll be able to do that. We're also running 2 Rodent Totem. Rodent Totem, you want to get your frogs in the graveyard for fuel. He starts doing all the special summonings, all the backflips and everything, and then he starts getting the totally awesome out there, baby. And lastly, for the monsters, we're running 2 Gamma Seal. Gamma Seal is just good. Your opponents are going to always have these crazy monsters that you just can't get over with this deck, and Gamma Seal is going to make sure that you can just tribute over those and just get that big 27 totally awesome out there after you got your Link monster out there, your Mistar boy, and just run it over. And that is it for our monsters. For our spell cards, we're running 1 Pot of Desires. Yes, the Pot of Desires is a risky card, but also too, if you got the frogs that you need already in the graveyard, you already got your game plan set up, throwing this right here is not going to really hurt you because you already got the game state the way you want it to be playing. We're also running 1 Monster Reborn. The reason why I like to run this is because if Swamp Frog's in the graveyard, you activate Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is going to special summon him back, sending another frog to the graveyard, and that's going to help me easily get a totally awesome on board right there, right then and there. So I like stuff like that a lot when you can just help generate new plays. Same thing with Soul Charge. Soul Charge is going to stop the battle phase, but if I can get the board set up the way I want to, that can really help me and really minimize the things that my opponent's going to be able to do. And lastly, for the spell cards, we're running 1 Scapegoats, because Scapegoats, even at 1, this card's still at 3, but you're running at 1, you're just an easy Borlo Dragon. Just plain and simple. It's a simple Borlo Dragon. Get him out there, and if push comes to shove, you can use Soul Charge, Monster Reborn, bring it back, and still extend plays from there. But that is it for our spell cards. For our traps, which are very trap heavy, we're running 3 Canadian, our Book of Moon. Very good card. If your opponent's getting ready to go into a Link monster, flip it face down. If they're going to go into a Synchro or anything crazy, it's going to really detriment you. Just really flip it face down. That way you can kill all that noise, and you just set up your graveyard with a Paleozoic from there. We're running 3 Olenolitilis. That's just to help to get the MST going. Like I said, the fact that you can in-phase MST, set your graveyard up with a Paleozoic, and then still, have ways to get other cards like Reckless Greed, stuff like that, bring it out to the field. This helps the deck out a lot. And lastly, for the Paleozoics, we're running 2 Deinonymiscus. I really dislike this card for the pitch, but the spot removal, the Karma Cut spot removal is very, very good. Helps out a lot of your plays. And like I said, also too, if you got frogs in your hand that you want to set up your graveyard for, this can help out a lot too. We're running 3 Reckless Greed. Reckless Greed is all around good card. Just the fact is, if you can pop 2 of these at one time, even though you're not drawing for 2 turns, if you're able to pop 2 of these continuously, or if you're able to pop all 3, that's generating a new hand, you got a lot of plays off of that. We're also running 2 Dimensional Barrier. This is just to make sure your opponent doesn't get too crazy on you. Just to make sure that you can stop the rituals, the XYZs, the synchros, anything that can be, very problematic for you. Just stop it right then and there, cut the effect off, just say, no, I ain't gonna do none of that stuff, and just, set up and wait for the next turn. We're also running 2 Waboku, and the reason why this team was built off Waboku. This a very good card. It's really saved our butts a lot of times. Waboku, you can activate this card if you have Paleozoic in the graveyard. Paleozoic will come out, and it's still not going to be destroyed by battle. So things like that, I like that a lot. It's going to protect the monsters that you got on board. That way you can keep going into further plays. Also running 2 bottomless trap holes. There's a lot of cards that, you know, can be very, very problematic. They're really big monsters nowadays, and the fact that you can sit there and just get them on out of the game and not have to worry about them no more is very, very good. And like I said, there's a lot of times that you're gonna have that back row lined up and they're not gonna really expect to see a bottomless trap hole, so that really helps out a lot. We're also running 2 of the Stormy Mirror Force. This is to make sure that, you know, even if Mirror Force fails, there's a lot of cards you don't want to destroy nowadays, so to be able to pop those things back up is very, very useful. We're also running 2 original OG Mirror Force. Mirror Force is just all around good. It's always been one of the greatest cards in the game, one of the most powerful cards. To be able to destroy all attacking monsters is very useful and just helps you to really change the game state a lot. We're also running a Solemn package and 1 Solemn Warning, 2 Solemn Strikes, and 1 Solemn Judgment. This right here is a lot of life points to pay, but if you play your cards right, this right here can really be detrimental to your opponent and really save you from a lot of your plays. And that is it for our main deck. For our extra deck, we're running 3 Totally Awesome. Totally Awesome is like next to Swamp Frog, he is the go-to guy. You want to get him on field as fast as possible. You want to be able to negate your monsters if their opponent's card effects by tributing off a water monster, and also too during the standby phase, to be able to get those frogs onto the board as fast as possible is very, very good. We're running 1 of the hardest Paleozoic, Animalis. This guy is very, very hard, but his field destruction is very, very good. It's just very detrimental to your opponent. If you're able to get the resource out there to get him out there, it's very good. It's going to help out a lot for you. We're also running 2 of the Ophobina. Ophobina really is good for getting those traps to hand. They really is very, very helpful to get a frog out there. You missed our boy, your frog, and then get this right beside of it. It can help you start generating a lot of advantage that you really wouldn't think would happen, but it's very, very useful. I'm also running 1 Cat Shark just because there are some decks that this deck really has problems, you know, getting over with attack points. And Cat Shark helps to be able to boost up that Totally Awesome that you need to just run over something and just get that advantage that you need to help, you know, keep your board stable. We're running 2 Mistar Boy. 2 Mistar Boy is plenty. To get this card out there, it's just going to help you do a lot of things for your monsters, to be able to help you go into double Totally Awesome, things like that, and help you give your Totally Awesomes the boost that they need and not be such small monsters. We're also running 1 Link Karibo. The main reason for Link Karibo in this deck to me is for going into the Borlo Dragon, but also too, that's the reason why I'm also running the Treeborn Frog. Like I said, Treeborn Frog can come to the field and I can still special summon this back and still use that effect multiple times, and that can help me out a lot. And like I said, your opponent, they're gonna get crazy on it. They're gonna try to swarm you, so if you can have this out there to stop one of those crazy attacks, this will be useful. Running 1 Link Spider, just for, like I said, this is for the basically for the Borlo Dragon play with the scapegoats. Same thing with our Proxy Dragon. Proxy Dragon can help to open up spots, but mostly we're going to use this for our scapegoat play going to Borlo Dragon. We're running 1 Deco Talker because Deco Talker is needed in about every deck right now. Deco Talker is one of the best Link monsters that we got out there right now, and he does a lot of, you know, very good things for the deck. We're running 1 Topological Bomber Dragon. I really like this card. Very massive effect. A dark hole on any summon underneath his link pointers or even on top of link pointers is very good. And the thing that makes this card so good is the Paleozoics. Whenever they special summon underneath him, his effect activates. The Paleozoics are unaffected by monster effects, so he won't blow them up. They'll still stay there, and that just, you know, gives you a little bit more advantage over your opponent. And lastly for the deck, we're running 1 Borlo Dragon because Borlo Dragon is the most pesky, annoying card that can't be targeted. can shrink your opponent's card by 500, and also too can either snatch steal your opponent's card monsters. Very, very useful card, very, very problematic card. But that is it for the deck profile, guys. Leave a comment in the comment section below, let us know what you think. Also too, we have a Monarch version of this deck. If you want to see it, we got to get this video up to at least 15 likes. But thanks guys for all your support. We love you guys. We're out.